Pre-gig prayer. You're not a good judge of your own work. That one poem that you secretly think is lukewarm always gets the most likes. You just don't know what other people look for. You don't know what other people want from your work, and therefore you cannot help them find it. You can just be. And let them be, and sometimes magic happens. And if not, they're mostly really nice about it. Hi everyone, my name is Rita Suszek, and this is my portion of tonight's Rhymes with Orange. Welcome to my lockdown location, in which I put makeup on for you lot. I did my hair, but I'm also sitting wrapped in my lockdown blanket because it's cold in here when you pull the blinds down. This is my location, complete with a sleeping cat over there. I'm not showing you the cat. It took me way too much time to get the lights right and everything else. Because there is lockdown and there is not all that much to do, I've been writing lots of poetry. It's April, it's National Poetry Writing Month. And I have been busy being an online poet. And this is a poem about that. In the morning, I check my crops for likes and comments. I try and fail not to wait for them. Like a kettle boiling, they don't like to be watched. Then I sow more seeds. Put hooks into my brain, plow its fertile ground into new pathways, and some of them will bear fruit. And some of them won't bear fruit. But I love them just the same. My grandpa was a farmer. Even late in age, he would get up early, survey his domain. I never considered I might be the same. Stuck in the house as I am today, I'll get in front of people soon, on a stage, and I'll try to put words in their heads and hearts, and it will be harvest time. I never considered that stage would be virtual. But here we are. I'm enjoying this. Now, in general, because the theme tonight is nightmares, it was a pretty tricky gig to prepare for, because so many people right now are living their actual nightmares in so many ways. I don't think I have to name instances and iterations. I think people know exactly what I'm talking about. And so I was trying to pick the material and decide between relatable and uplifting, and I chose a bit of both. So I should probably mention that some of my work carries a general trauma trigger warning, and it's not this poem that we're about to hear. I normally tend to warn a couple of poems before, but just so you know, right now you're in control. You can pause me, and you can just deal with that like that. Now, we just had Easter, and I swapped an awkward in-person meeting to an awkward long-distance call, and here is a poem. If you are anxious before family meetings and interacting with kindness of strangers is your best case scenario, if you can't trust your people to remember things as you remember, if things are never light, only gaslight, never relaxed, only tear bright, this poem is for you. If you're no son, daughter, or sweet child of mine, if you learned to set boundaries by being so far that you want the distance to make it hurt less, that you hope you can cope and say, yes, I'm fine, this poem is for you. If estranged is best, if family crest says never return, if burning those bridges was the one road to safety and to your own nest, if holidays are harder, if you never started to heal and your parent died, if it's too real this time of year, talking of rebirth when your heart is ashes where family should be, this poem is a hug. This poem would like to be the mum and dad you never had. This poem reminds you gently that when it's said and done, you're not the only one. I do not know what's happening with the light in this room, but I'll take it. So here we are. I have now a poem about birds in front of me. It's a poem from day 16 of National Poetry Writing Month, and I really like it. I wonder what birds make of us. We don't sing for joy greeting the sun. Rarely offer seductive solo dances to chosen mates, not in public anyway. What are they thinking, tweeting happily in the sky like butter wouldn't melt in their beaks? How do you process the world when with a flick of a feathered wrist you can reduce a thread to a ground-bound fleck of dust? Maybe birds think that crawling on the ground is good enough for us. They'll deign to visit but never fully stay. No wonder we were jealous. They must have been perplexed about planes. Birds used to be dinosaurs, except they survived. I don't know the science. I sometimes imagine pigeons wearing lizard skin. Cats are also jealous. They can't lick their fur into wings, possess the gift of flight by eating their enemies. Wish I could melt into sunshine and reassemble. Eat it like a passion fruit mousse. Wish I could fly, wings noisy and short, be my own current. Steer through the air with a feathered tail. Free to visit, but not to stay. I'm kind of gently amused by the light flickering with the smallest movement I make. See, I don't know what I've done. It used to frustrate me. I spent some time setting those lights, but now I reached a gentle amusement. Flicker. Now, this is the poem I wrote for the theme, so it's about nightmares. Knocking at your door, always at night. The door is locked, you swallowed the key, you thought it would be all right. Monster is under the bed, come inside, he said. Shh. He said it's all right. I remember nothing. Nothing must have happened. I suspect secret gardens as I taste bitter fruit they bore. And I don't trust easy. I don't know the trees, were they apples or oranges, but the unease feels familial. And I don't have memories, I have nightmares, discomforts. I knock on my own door. The past is no more. I always thought I was the monster before. Meet myself on the other side of the door. Shh. Shh. Monsters walk at night. Yep, I let the tension just marinate because I don't know how to dissipate that poem. Not now. We're going to do something gentler. I wrote this little cycle recently. The other day I was writing and I tried 3 different prompts and all of them came out as a poem about the same person and I just decided to roll with it. Here we go. I made you a bracelet for your birthday. Favorite Shakespeare quote. It lit you up from inside. It made all the time I took to wrap scraps of paper around paper clips to paint them with sealing glue worth it. You were the 3rd woman I made jewelry for. You were the one I hated to lose the most. It still hurts that you left me behind, but what should you have done, gifts aside, the whole time I was dating a guy? Am I obliviously bisexual, chasing some girl's smiles, never clocking how much I cared? Nothing to deny because I have never to myself said actual words. Puppy love is all. Wonder why it hurts. When Shakespeare was concerned, you were limbs and words, flying high. You were the verse. It filled you curl by curl, standing by your universe. Blinded as surprised, only I have long since cursed the memory of your smile. When Shakespeare was concerned, you were hands and words flying by. Well, this has been my set. Ooh, this is the actual nightmare setting. You can see that actual light. Notebook, no notebook, notebook, no notebook. Thank you for hanging out with me during my part of the nightmare. You can find me just about everywhere by typing Rita Suszek, that's RITA SUSZEK, except for Instagram, because on Instagram I'm Rita_Vision. So if you're curious about my National Poetry Writing Month or general creative output, that's where you find me. And now, for your pleasure and delight, the one, the only, Athos Athanasiou!